This is the Ryobi expanded 40 volt 10-inch brush cutter. We'll show you how to put it together, how to change the blade, and give you my experience of how well it works. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. Let's get right into it. So it comes with this on the blade. You're going to want to remove this. You could store it with this on the blade because you could easily pop it back on, but the blade isn't very sharp. I don't think you're in danger of cutting yourself, but use your own judgment on that. And it comes with this handle, which I didn't use because I'm using the handle that came with the line trimmer attachment. So let me show you how this all goes together. There's a metal tongue that sticks into a slot on this greenish yellow plastic piece here on the guard, and then you just put the screw in through the metal and then into the guard, and that's how that attaches, just that one screw, so it's really easy. This is your power head, and it comes with, if you have the line trimmer attachment, it comes with this handle, which is the one I chose to put on here, but you can easily take it off. You just loosen the wing nut here, and that'll allow you to move that up and down, and that'll just pop off, and you pop on the other one. Your trigger's right here, and this is your battery, and it slides on just like all the other 40 volt Ryobi 40 volt, that is, anyway. And then to put the two together, there's a little detent ball. I'm not sure what you call these things. You put that, you push that in, and then you put the attachment handle inside of the power head handle there. Incidentally, I discovered that it's easier to rest the battery end on the ground because it's so much heavier than the attachment end. So you rest the battery on the ground with the pole sticking up, and then you can put the attachment onto it that way, and it seems to be easier than to try to balance that big heavy battery up top. And then sometimes you'll have to turn it a little bit in order to get there. Once that pops out, you'll see that button pop out that you had to push in. Then you just tighten this. And that's it. Then you're ready to go. So let's go ahead and use it for a sec. You're going to notice that I'm using this wrong. You should really go in the same direction that the blades are spinning. And if you hit something that it doesn't get at first, something that's a little bit thicker, you can sit there and let it chew. Rod. Is it? Okay.
So you'll do what you like. Make sure you do it right. You may find out that yourself don't think something worth everything. You can't go forcing something if it's just not right. No time to search the world around. 'Cause you do it.
Okay, so what you're going to need in order to change the blade on this is two things. You have this rod that they give you that goes in through a hole, and all this does is stop the blade from turning. So George is going to show you where to stick this in, and it's basically in this hole that's on the side between the blade and the housing. That's going to stop your blade from turning, and you could use an adjustable wrench or you could use channel locks like this, but it would be best if you use a socket because you can see that that nut is recessed in there. So how did this thing do? Well, let me tell you my experience with it, because you've probably had similar experiences, things that remind you of those old hefty commercials, you know, wimpy, wimpy, wimpy. It's like the weeds are just laughing at you. Well, not with this. This thing went through things that were thicker than my thumb. So I would say that you could probably go through things that are easily an inch thick, maybe even thicker. I'm not saying you're going to cut down a 30-foot oak tree, but it's going to work pretty well. And, you know, this thing may not be one of the big dogs, but it kind of reminds me of Scrappy Doo. I think it wants to hang. So, you know, so next time your line trimmer is like, just be like, well, you know what? Let me get the brush cutter. This might be the tool for you. Let me know in the comments what your experience with either line trimmers or brush cutters has been. Thank you so much for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.